All right, welcome everybody. My name is Mike McDonald. I'm calling in from Allen, Texas, and I'll be your host on the webinar here. And I want to welcome each and every one of you to our presentation here tonight. You are the fortunate ones to kind of get a sneak preview of our modification and enhancements to our compensation plan. As most of you know, we're in still a stage of pre-launch here at Velara, and over the last several months, our compensation has paid out hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you know, as we sit around the boardroom, we say, how can we make it better? And we're constantly looking and striving for ways to make our program better. One of the mottos I've had in the industry is we must pay early and often rather than too late and not enough. I have been very fortunate to have been in this industry for a better part of 30 plus years, 35 years, I guess, and I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly out there. I've had the opportunity to help take 4 other companies to over 100 million. I've had the opportunity to serve on the board of directors of an organization called the MLMIA, which is the Multi-Level Marketing International Association, and serving on that board has allowed me to meet owners from around the world, distributors from around the world, vendors who write compensation plans and software, suppliers of all kinds. And when I had the opportunity to leave Texas and go out and meet Bernard and Grace, the owners of this amazing company, and sit down and kind of hear and see and feel their vision, one of the things that was important to Bernard was to build a compensation plan that paid the masses. So, you know, we put together a plan, kind of copycatted a lot of the other companies out there. And interesting enough, if you copycat a company that pays the top 3 to 5% rather than the 97%, guess what you end up doing? Paying the top 3 to 5% and not spreading it down to the 97%. So we realized that we really did not want to be a copycat. We wanted to be innovators. So we tweaked a few things here and blended in traditional business as well as network marketing, and this is what we've come up with. And at this very moment, we're in the stages of testing the compensation plan alongside what we currently have, and we're very confident that in the very, very near future, we're talking about maybe within just a few short weeks, we will be able to launch this amazing program. Because one of the things we want to do is eliminate some of the gimmicks that we see within the industry. You know, network marketing is an amazing industry, and it creates millionaires across the country and around the world if you happen to be with the right company and the right product. We wanted to eliminate all the gotchas. We wanted to eliminate all the gimmicks. We wanted to make it easy for people to get cash rewards. We wanted to eliminate the matching of the binaries where you got to worry about left side and right side, where you know you all of a sudden you get a whole bunch of people on one side just going like crazy, the other side's not doing much, and you end up losing volume or even volume getting flushed. And we said, well, let's eliminate that. Another thing that we sat around and talked about is, why can't we have a compensation plan that pays dollar for dollar versus 50, 70, 80% of the dollar? We're guilty. I mean, right now, when if you're currently with us and you understand our comp plan, a Pro Pack is a $999 package, but you only get 500 points of what's called BV, business volume, or commissional volume. And we say, why is that? Well, the way that particular comp plan was, that's the way it was. So as we sit around and brainstorm, we said, why can't we do dollar for dollar, especially here in the U.S.? Now, granted, when we expand internationally, we may have to change that dollar for dollar and go 90 cents to the dollar or 80 cents to the dollar. Now, why is that? Because then you got a cost of goods being shipped. In other words, it's going to cost more money to send product to the Philippines than it is here in the U.S. And then you got, other taxes and duty charges and so forth. So there's a reason that cost could go up. But right now we're just concentrating on the U.S. So let's talk about that. Now here's what we don't have. We don't have a startup cost. Effective immediately, your startup cost is FOC, free of charge. So how cool is that? Website cost, waived. No website cost, no training cost, and no hard-to-get-to rank requirements. Now, if you've been involved in this industry for a while, you look at the compensation plans, and most of the time, you don't even understand them. Most of the time, they're very confusing. And as you begin to grow your business, they tell you, it's a 2 to 3 year plan. Just grind, grind, grind. Well, why does it have to be that way? Why can't you just, make the requirements low, pay early and often rather than too late, not enough, let people make an income immediately, okay? So we eliminated the high group volume requirements. We eliminated the ridiculous monthly quotas. We eliminated the balancing act of left side, right side. And we eliminated the ridiculous sponsoring requirements that you got to, sponsor a zillion people to be able to generate any kind of income. Now, here's what we do have. We do have a new enroller bonus program that is totally awesome. It rocks because it will allow you, as you enroll people, to make a retail profit as well as a wholesale profit based on the people that you personally enroll. Now, what I mean by that is you will get 2 websites. You'll get a retail site that people can go and pay retail, and you'll also get a, quote, distributor business site where people can come sign up for free, FOC, free of charge, and get the amazing discounts as being a, quote, distributor or a business partner with us. Now, the new enrollment bonus could also kind of sort of be called a fast start bonus. Most companies, it's their first order that they, a new person, purchases, gives you a fast start bonus. Well, ours is going to be a 60-day window that anybody that you bring into the business, any purchase that they make for the first 60 days, we're going to pay what's called a new enroller bonus. Now, we're also going to have monthly residual income. Now, our current plan has what's called a binary on one end and a unilevel on the other end. And the unilevel is where the residuals come from. Well, we're basically dropping the binary side, and we will be keeping the unilevel side. So that's going to, all of the people that are currently involved with us, the move over is going to be very simple because it's already there. Everybody that you've personally sponsored will be your first line. Everybody they sponsored will be your second line, and so forth. And we'll talk more about that through the presentation. We also have rank bonuses. That's something that's new. Matching bonuses, as well as infinity bonuses. Now, infinity, that keeps going and going and going. This is really cool. Infinity bonus. Leadership bonuses. And that I'm very excited about because, we got to reward the leaders that are traveling and going around the country helping us build this business. Compression, that's another important component that when you start building in a unilevel that the volume compresses up. In other words, we have people from time to time that won't build a business. They come in, they decide, you know what, this is too much work, so they drop out. Well, that won't block you out of, levels because we have what's called compression and roll-ups. So that is very, very cool. And if you don't understand this, we'll be doing trainings and explaining to you what these key words mean. Just keep in mind, right now, this is just totally awesome, okay? 8 ways that you're going to be able to earn. And we truly believe with what we've got going now, we've got 2 amazing products. I mean, think about it. Water, volumina, two amazing products. Now we have probably the most generous compensation plan in the industry, because basically we pay 100% of what happens out in the field. So, number one, you get a retail profit. Now, these numbers could change just a little bit. Let me repeat that. These numbers could change just a little bit because we have done some amazing improvements. So don't hold me to the exact penny of what we're going to talk about in this presentation. But here's a ballpark price that we can share with you right now. On a Velara unit, suggested retail is $299, wholesale is $199. You're still going to make a $100 profit. That's pretty good. That's a 33% margin. When you buy a Pro Pack, that price drops down to $167, so you got a profit of $132, so you got better than a 40% margin. That's pretty cool. Now, the second way is a fast start bonus, okay? Also known as our new enroller bonus. Now, here's something that's very cool and kind of somewhat unique. When you bring somebody in with a Pro Pack, you're going to get paid 20%, actually, of anything that they purchase. But let's just use the Pro Pack as an example here, because that's the way most people come in. That makes the most business sense. That gives you the most advantages to maximizing the comp plan and maximizing your return on your investment. When you sell somebody a Pro Pack, we're going to pay you 20%, which is $199.75 commission. Right now, a Pro Pack pays you $150. So we're actually giving everybody a raise. So give yourself a big applause in the background there, because that's really, really cool. Almost $200 profit. The person who sponsors you is going to get like a 5% profit of $49.75. Person who sponsored them is going to pick up a override of $49.75. So every Pro Pack sold, there's 3 people going to benefit in the new enroller bonus. The same way with a business pack and the same way with a single Velara. So now these percentages are not exact percentages. Okay, we're going to come up and round the numbers off, but it could be a plus or minus 5%. Plus or minus 20%. So this gives you an idea of how the enroller bonus is going to be paid out. Now, here's what's also really cool is we will, whatever a brand new distributor purchases in the first 60 days from the time they start, you as the enroller will get a 20% commission. The upline will get 5, and that upline will get 5, okay? So that's something new to the comp plan. Now, any purchase after the 60 days goes into the residual side of the unilevel, okay? So let's say that they buy a Pro Pack. 90 days later, they buy a single unit, or they get on auto ship, or they buy a replacement filter kit, or whatever it is that they purchase after the 60 days. You're going to receive a 5% commission on that, 6 levels deep. So everybody that you personally bring in, 5%. Whatever they bring in, 5%. 5%, 5%, that's a unilevel that pays 6 levels deep. Okay? So that's 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So that is a really strong compensation plan, because I've seen it go, like maybe 5, 5, 3, 3, 2, 1. Here it's 5 all the way down, and there's compression rules that apply and roll-ups that apply. So if you have somebody on level 6, for an example, who doesn't stay active, then level 7 moves up, or level 8 moves up to fill in that spot. So that's kind of cool. So repeat real quick. The first 60 days, you're going to make 20%, which is like a 15% bonus. And then everything after that, you're going to make 5% override on everything that they purchase for life, 6 levels deep. Now, that's the third way that you're going to earn income. Now, there's going to be some ranks taking place here. We're going to show you how to go from 1 star to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, 6, and 7 star. Now, there's a couple of things here. They're real simple things you got to do, but there are a couple of things, 2 things you got to do to move up the ladder. And as you move up the ladder, you're going to earn more compensation as you get into what we call management and leadership. Okay? Now, to be a 1 star is pretty simple. All you got to do to be a 1 star to earn 5%, obviously, is to have 1 person sponsored. To be a 2 star, you need 2 people sponsored. To be a 3 star, people, 5 people, 6 people, 7 people. So that's pretty simple to understand. The ranks are based on how many people. So to maximize the compensation plan, all you have to do is having 7 active people that you've personally sponsored. Now, the group volume goes from 1,000 as a 1 star, 2 stars 2,500, 3 stars 5,000, 4 stars 10,000. That's monthly dollar volume. Remember, it's dollar for dollar. So your group volume to maximize the compensation plan is only $75,000 in group volume. That's you and your whole team total monthly volume, and that will begin to grow pretty quickly. Okay? Now, here's what's going to happen. When you become a distributor, and as you move up the ranks, we're going to create what's called a pool of all the dollars that are created in the residual side of, you know, all the auto ships, all the reorders and stuff like that. And let's say that it's $100,000 this month. Well, if you're a 2 star, we're going to take 1% of that, and you're going to share in that 1% as a 1 star. As a 3 star, another 1%, a 4 star, a 1%, a 5 star, 1% of all the 5 star groups and all the 3 star groups. See, you may be the only 4 star that month in the group, so you're going to get 100% of that 1%. There may be 2, so you're going to share. Now, when you become a 6 star, you may be the only person that month as a 6 star. You're going to share in the full 2% share, okay? So it all depends on how many people qualify. Obviously, the more people qualify, the more volume is going to be there. The more volume that's going to be there, the higher percentage of each share is going to be worth. So as you move up in rank, now these are monthly. These are paid monthly, by the way, okay? So you could pick up an extra $500 a month just in shares of the rank pool, maybe $1,000 a month extra over and above, because you're sharing in the pool of qualifiers, okay? So, and we'll be training on this, guys. Don't worry about it. Keep in mind, let me back up a minute. To be a 1 star, you got to have 1 active and 1,000. 2 stars, 2 active, 2,500. 3 star, 3 active, 5,000 in group volume. 4 star, 10,000. 5 star, you can see it there on the screen, 25,000. 6 stars, 50,000. 7 star is only 75,000 in total group volume. Now, guys, if you've been involved with other companies, I've seen, to maximize the comp plan, I've seen it where you had to have $500,000 in group volume or $1 million in group volume. We're talking about only $75,000 in group volume. That is nothing, guys. That is absolutely nothing. And then you get these monthly bonus pool ranks. Now, your mission is to get to 7 star, because the quicker you get to 7 star, you pick up all these additional bonuses. And that's really where we want you to do, is fast track as quickly as you can to the 7 star bonuses, because here's what's going to happen when you hit 7 star. Now, keep in mind, all you got to have is 7 active frontline people and 7,500 in total group volume. Now, once that happens, you're going to pick up a 3% bonus on top of the 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay? So if you pick up a 3% bonus on top of that, 3 plus 5 is 8. So you're making 8% on your first level, 8% on your second, 8% on your third, 8% on your fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. Then 3% through infinity. What if you have people on 30, 40, 50, 75 levels down? 3% through infinity. Now let me explain to you how infinity could possibly work. Here's a real life scenario in my case. In a previous life, I had somebody, Verna, my wife, and I live here in Dallas, and we sponsored somebody in Austin, Texas, who sponsored somebody in Houston, who sponsored somebody in England, who sponsored somebody in Australia, who sponsored somebody in New Orleans, who sponsored somebody in North Dakota, who sponsored somebody 7 blocks from my house in North Dallas. So it went from Dallas to Austin to Houston to England to Australia to New Orleans to North Dakota, back to Texas, Dallas, 7 blocks from my house. Well, it picked up 3,500 people. Now, how many people did I personally bring in? That one person in Austin, Texas, but as it went around the world, it picked up 3,500 people. Well, imagine a 3% infinity bonus on 3,500 people from the results of only one person. That's going to be huge, okay? So the infinity bonus is going to be super, super cool. Now, worst case scenario is you're going to make 3% of the 7,500. That's $2,250 on top of the other commissions that we've already talked about. But what if the volume, this is going to be really cool, because you're also going to, share in a pool that we're going to talk about here in just a minute. You got the infinity bonus, then you have what's called the infinity bonus match, because it won't be too long before you go out and you develop another 7-star. When you develop another 7-star, they pick up a 3% infinity bonus, which in a sense will block you from picking up that 3%, because we can't pay you both the 3%. So here's what we've done to fix that. When they earn income, you earn income, because we're going to give you what's called a 100% match. So let's say that I go out and I sponsor Peter. As I'm growing my business, I make a 3% infinity bonus. When Peter LeBerry becomes a 7-star, he picks up that 3% bonus, and let's say his check that month, just on the infinity bonus, is $2,250. I earn $2,250. It's a 100% match. Where did I come up with the $2,250? Well, that's 3% of the $75,000, okay? But what if it's $100,000? What if it's $200,000? What if it's $1 million? Then then he gets 3% of that. In other words, if he goes out and makes $5,000, I make $5,000. If he makes $10,000, I make $10,000, because it's a 100% match. Then this is really cool. What we've done here, guys, is we've created a pool for the 7-stars. Because once you get to 7-star, I mean, you're rocking, you're leading, you deserve a little extra bonus over and above the norm, okay? You're probably doing meetings at different places, and people are walking into that meeting room that you don't know, that may or may not be in your organization. We're going to pay you based on the total sales of the company, okay? So we're going to take 3% of the total volume of the company, and everybody that's a 7-star is going to get 1 share of the pool of the total company sales. Now, in order to be a 7-star, there's 3 things that take place. 7 active personally sponsored people, 7,500 in total group volume, but no more than 90% of that volume can be down 1 leg, okay? So keep that in mind. But going to the star pool bonus, let's say the company does $1 million in sales that month. They're going to take 3% of that $1 million and put it in a pool and share it with all the people that are qualified 7-stars. Now, if you develop a 7-star, we will give you an extra share. So now you got 2 shares in the pool. If you develop 10 7 stars in your group. Now, these are personally sponsored people. Then you get 10 extra shares plus your share. That's 11 shares. You with me? So every time you develop, reach down and duplicate yourself, you're going to be rewarded for that. We don't penalize you for that. This is very, very cool. So we have one, those are the 7 different ways we've talked about. And I know we've gone through this really, really fast, and we're going to be doing more and more trainings. Now, we're recording this, and you can come back and watch it over and over and over, but really it's very, very simple. Let me just kind of back up just a little bit and tell you, you got your retail profits, you got your fast start enroller bonuses, you got 6 levels of 5% down each level, you got your rank bonuses where you're going to share in the pool, and then you have a 7-star pool, infinity bonus pool, and a matching bonus pool. Those are 7 ways you're going to earn. The 8th way you're going to earn is through what we call a presenter's bonus. Now, a lot of us are out there doing meetings in homes, doing meetings in restaurants, doing meetings in hotels, and we have groups of 3, 4, 5, 50. For an example, this coming month, in just a couple of weeks, I'm back out in California. I'll be doing a presentation in San Diego, LA, Las Vegas, San Francisco. Then I'm going to fly to New Jersey and do a presentation in New Jersey and a presentation in New York. Okay? Well, with this new program, we're going to have a 5% commissionable volume. In other words, all the orders that are produced in that event, whoever the presenter is going to earn an extra 5% commission regardless of where they fall within the organization. That is really cool. 5%. So if you're a presenter and somebody outside your organization comes in here and buys a Pro Pack, you're going to earn 5%, for being the presenter of that. So that is really, really cool. That can be some pretty serious money as a presenter. And we're going to have a training program to teach you, coach you, and mentor you from step 1 to become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-star, to be a presenter. We will coach you, mentor you, and train you on how to do that, okay? Now, are you ready to make some serious money? I bet you are. Let me show you how this thing's going to work, because this is a unilevel plan. So let me kind of give you an example. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the screen, and I'm going to get a little highlighter, and I'm going to kind of walk you through how this is, okay? This person right here represents you, okay? And if you're on the computer, you're going to be able to see this. And if you're calling in, I'm sorry that you won't be able to see the presentation, but we will record it, we will post it, and you can go watch it, at your convenience on YouTube. But for those of you who are watching right now, this is what it's going to kind of look like. And right now, keep in mind, everybody that you personally sponsor, this is right here. They go right across the line here as your first level. As you bring in new people, we just add them to your first level. So this is what a unilevel looks like. So everybody you personally sponsor right here is level 1. Everybody they sponsor right here is level 2. Everybody they sponsored here is level 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So we have 6 levels of people. Now, to maximize the compensation plan, you need to go 7 wide, active people. Now, let's say, for an example, at the end of the month, you're going to be able to see your back office, as we call it, and you'll be able to look. And let's say that you're a 7-star, but somebody has not made a purchase. Say this person right here has not made a purchase, and you only have 6 people that have made a purchase. That means you're going to stay a 7-star, but you're going to be paid as a 6-star because you only have 6 active people. Now, you have a choice. You go look at the last day of the business month. You either, A, make a purchase for them. What's the minimum purchase? $40. That will now activate that person. That's a good business decision on your behalf. If you got several hundred or thousands of dollars coming to you, you have the right to make that purchase and get them active, or you can go sponsor a brand new person. But understand, guys, that this is a real business. There are people that will make millions of dollars, and they do right now in this industry. There's no better industry in the world than the direct sales network marketing business, because it allows you to take ownership and take control. So you start off as a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 7-star. Now, I'd recommend you sponsor a couple extra people, so if by chance you're on vacation and somebody doesn't make a purchase that month, you're still qualified. Or you can go do it yourself. Okay? Now, let's say, for an example, you got all these people doing the minimum purchase, all these people doing the minimum purchase, all this, all this, all this, and you're making 5% on level 1, 5% on level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's worst case scenario. Now, what if, for an example, these people right here, maybe 1 or 2 of these people right here just drop out and quit? Well, that means these people roll up. 8 rolls up, 9 rolls up. That's what's called compression. We just compress and fill in all the spots. And that's really, really cool, because that eliminates any gaps. That eliminates from you not getting paid because somebody else didn't perform, and you have no control of that, but we have what's called compression, and that's kind of cool. So let's go to the next slide. Well, let me erase this right here. Erase all drawings. Come on, screen. Come back to me. Here we go. All right. Now, let's talk about income replacement opportunity. You got an idea right now, I think, of how the compensation plan works. You got an idea of what the unilevel works. Let's talk about how we can replace your income. I don't care if your income's $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, or $10,000 a month. We're going to share with you how, over time, you can build a business that will replace that income and put money in your pocket on a residual, reoccurring way. Here's how it works. The power of just one box. Now, we truly believe that we have 2 amazing products. We have the water unit, which is the delivery system, and then we have the Volumina product, which is an amazing product. Here's what happens. You get a few to get a few to get a few. So let's just use the number 5. Let's say that you get 5 people to take the Volumina. All we're going to talk about the next couple of minutes is the Volumina. You get 5 to get 5 is 25. To get 5 is 125. To get 5 is 625. To get 5 is 3,125. 15,625. So let's just kind of look at those numbers. Based on 5% compensation, you're going to make $3.75 per box when people get on what's called auto ship. So you've got 5 on your first level. That's $18.75. That's not a lot of money. Second level is $93.75. Third level is $468. Fourth level is $2,343 plus this, plus this, plus this. Keep in mind it's plus, plus, plus. Level 5, you're at over $11,000. Level 6, you're at $58,593.75 plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this. Ladies and gentlemen, that's some pretty serious monthly reoccurring residual income. Now, that's if you lived in a perfect world. You got 5 to get 5 to get 5. Well, what's the difference of just 2 more people? You went from 5 to get 7, so you got 2 more, and they got 2 more, who got 2 more, and got 2 more. That's not that hard to do. It's very doable. But look what happens to the numbers. 7 now becomes 2625. 49 becomes 183. Level 3 becomes 1,200. Level 4 becomes 9,000. Look at the bottom line. Level 6, instead of 58,000, becomes 441,000. That's almost unbelievable. That's huge. Okay? It is absolutely huge. So, regardless of what you're earning, we can show you how to be a qualified 7-star. Just in the unilevel itself, you can make some serious income, and that doesn't include the other bonuses, the matching bonuses and the pool bonuses that you're going to generate on top of that. And remember, that comes in month after month after month, residual income. So my suggestion to you, as quickly as possible, let's get you with your 7 active people, you know, as quickly as possible, so when we launch this new program, you're in position to create this residual income. Now, I'm just about finished with the presentation. I want to share this last piece with you because so many people have never totally understood how residual works. Let me share with you. Let's say that you got a job, you know, and you work at the post office. You work at the bank. You're a school teacher. You drive a bus, whatever it might be, and you got an annual income of $35,000. Okay? At the end of December 31st, come January the 1, you start at 0. And you got to put in all that time and energy again in year number 2 to make $35,000 because you have no residual income. If you don't show up, you don't get paid, right? So at the end of year number 2, you may or may not get a raise. You're still at 0. Year number 3, you're still making $35,000 a year. You're still at 0 residual income. And yeah, in 3 years, you made $105, but you have 0 retirement, 0 residual income. Now, here's what we do for you, either full-time or part-time. Let's say that you still got that job at the post office. You're still driving that school bus. You're still a school teacher or a fireman or whatever, and you got that income, and you're doing this very part-time. We teach you how to go make $35,000 residual income. At the end of December 31st, you still have $35,000 on the books because that's going to come back in year number 2. So year number 2, you do another $35,000 on top of that. That means at the end of that year, you've earned $70,000 because it stacks up. Now, year number 3, you start January 1 with $70,000 coming in residually. You do another $35,000 on top of that. Now you're at over $100,000 residual income, and you did this on a part-time basis. Now you can go over there and tell your boss, I'm going to fire myself. I got eye problems. I don't see myself ever coming back over here. Because now you got a reoccurring residual income, you've made some income, and you got these tremendous tax advantages on top of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, all I can tell you is you are at the right place at the right time. You need to get with, obviously, with our coaching and mentoring and training program to where you can see exactly how you can go out and build an amazing residual reoccurring income through our new compensation plan. Now, I know we've given you a lot on the presentation here tonight. It's not 100% in concrete. You've got time right now to go get your people in place. You've got time to create that volume. You remember 1,000, 2,500, 5,000. So when we launch this thing here in a couple of weeks, you've got your people in place, you got your volume in place, and you will immediately be promoted to 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 7-star. You will immediately start cashing in on the new bonuses and compensations. So it's been a real pleasure being with you guys here tonight to show you what I think is the best compensation plan on the planet, because it's going to pay out 100% of the people. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. Okay, so let me go ahead and stop the recording, and we'll be posting this recording so you can come back and see it over and over and over, and or you can have your team come in and get that as well. So let me stop the recording.